Yes, first I'll tell you my background briefly. I worked for a computer graphics company in Japan about 6 years, and then I did many different projects. It's including TV commercials, in-game movies, and yeah, something like that. And I learned that to be a 3D artist, kind of, yes, it's including modeling, shading, rigging, animation rendering, and a compositor. It's using After Effects and to make a final version of a footage or movies, and directors also. So here is some demo of my job. Okay. Yep, something like that. Okay. Yes, it was really fun for me to work in a computer graphics company, but I would like to do some film industry job, as film jobs. So yeah, it's in Japan. It's pretty difficult to find these things jobs. So I decided to go to somewhere. So I came here in New Zealand, and yes, fortunately I have a chance to work in here. So firstly, I did this New Zealand Magic Book project, and this project was offered by Dr. Profile, and to make some AR scenes which represents a part of New Zealand. This book has 6 or 7 pages, but I just only made 3 AR scenes because yes, I had to do another job. So, but here is some sample. So I'll show you this one. Okay, well. Like this. That's kiwi fruits. Yep, that's a static model, but it made it like this. Okay, textures. Wonderful. That's a little bit heavy models. Okay, and sheep walk. This one is, I guess, quite low polygonal models, so it's easy to use, I think. And kiwi bird animations. Just a little bit heavy, yeah. So this one has, yes, I think it's a good resolution for that close-up. So you can use it. So yes, I think everyone can use these models. It's kind of a hit level property anyway. So I put somewhere, and yes, if you want to, then you can use it. Yep. So, and next story is ACMI Magic Book. And this project was offered from the Australian Centre for the Moving Image, called ACMI. And this project has to prepare the comic style full color, the 12 pages book and full air scene in 3 months. And I did this project with another Hitler members. So Dr. Mark as a supervisor, and Katie as a designer, and Julian and Adrian as a programmer. It was quite a tough job, but it's really enjoyed. Always enjoyed it. Okay, so here is a character design and a 3D models. All 2D design made by Katie. I think she did a great job. Yeah. She did do things on her spare time, using her spare time. So as I made it main character like this, and scene sets like this. 4 air scenes, so it's kind of a theater, and the cameras, and the satellite, and the space scene, and the island, and with some fishes. So I think some people have already seen that YouTube video, but I prepared it for this. You can see it. Right. And one of the great things was I had a chance to go to Australia after this project. So the top left is ACMI exterior. That's quite modern buildings actually. And this bottom's it's a displays in the inside. Unfortunately, when we went there, our display demonstration hadn't been prepared yet. So, but yeah, anyway, I enjoyed it staying in Australia, so it's okay. Yeah. All right, so next is, yes, this is called the Virtual Campus Project, and this is my main project in GitLab. And the project leader is Dr. Femke Reitzman. She is a geography department doctor, and according to her, according from her paper, the aim is create a virtual UC campus using cutting-edge methodology in semantic GIS. A virtual UC will support the administration and the management of the university and its students, as well as provide a data-rich environment for developing research and teaching. So here is the bottom picture. It shows this idea of this semantic GIS. It's yes, there are many attributes connecting it together, and if people want to try to find something, they can use it a keyword or something, and connecting it is searching for whatever they want. Yeah, I'm not sure about this old program and project, because there are many people involved in this one, and Dr. Profile is also working together. And my task is to make 3 campus buildings in 3D. And building models are required to be separated by some specific features: floor, interior surface, window, door, ceiling, and so on. And there are 2D CAD maps for the guide, but no height data, and inaccurate sometimes. This is a big problem. And so, to get the height information and the texture of the surface, I took many photos as much as possible. For the central library, I took over 3,600 photos. It sounds very much, but Central Library has a 12th floor, so if I divide it by 12, it's one floor. Each floor has 300 pictures, photos, so it's not so much big numbers. And to making a model, it takes about 1 month. It's yes, kind of average. So actually, Central Library buildings have a 12th floor. That means 12 months it would take, and I'm still working that. All right, this is how to, as first, taking photos as much as possible. Then I measured the real model, real building size. Yes, and this converts 2D CAD maps to 3D. It's for guide. If I can use its CAD data directly for the 3D model, it would be great, but actually it can't, because the CAD data has lots of unnecessary points and polygons or something. So I need to rebuild everything anyway. So number 4, it's making a height guide. I use a plain polygon, assign a texture, which is assign a texture, and from the texture I decided to height data and some structures, something window size or something like that. Then I'm modeling and shading, texturing. After that, dividing it by based on specific features, something doors, floors, interior, windows, something like that. So here is the result. This is on the I3 second floor. Yep. Okay, so this is a geography and psychology buildings. It's a 4th floor, I think. And here is Central Library 1st floor. I think you can see this cafeteria. Yep. So I'll show some demos.
Doing the 2nd floor faster than doing the 1st floor?
Yeah.
Because of the pipeline, maybe it's easier, or?
Yeah, but Central Library is quite difficult because I think it's quite old buildings, and rebuilding is many places, and 2D maps, it's not accurate. It's quite old. I mean, it's first plan of the map, so yeah, every part of the quite different. So I need to go to the directory and come back in again or something like that. So yes, the number of the room is not so much second floor for the second floor, but yeah, it takes nearly same times. Okay, what? So.
Is there any building damage by earthquake?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, but I think some part has already changed. Yeah,
oh.
Yeah. So like this is yeah. This is a rendered image. Okay, and yes, I'll show you something. Here is Google Earth. Yeah. So I put the models in here, so you can see it in the real times. Library building is still making, but yes, you can go there if you want. This inside. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's tricky, huh? Oh yeah, here, yeah, like this. Ooh. Whoa, where are I going? Yeah, oh. Ooh. Yeah, so geography building is also huge. Yeah, like this. Yes, every inside has already made it, so I think, I don't know, in the future you can use it in a mobile phone or something, because recently development is quite, yes, amazing. Yes, I've heard that next year the mobile phone, the chip, yes, computer CPU power is more than PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 or something. So yes, these models can maybe work in a mobile. Right. This one is different. Okay, so next is Rekindle Venus. This project was offered by Lynette Walworth. She's an Australian installation artist. And Dr. Mark was a supervisor for a whole project, and Jacob as a programmer, and me as a 3D artist worked together for this project. The goal was to make several colAR scenes for mobile phone. The AR browser is Junaio, called Junaio. I think it's a free application for Android and iPhone, I think. I made 7 different color models and 4 different background textures and fish animation in 2 months. And it's not so much complicated model, but the most difficult part was that we didn't know well about the Junaio program, so we had to do a lot of trial and error. For example, how much polygon can we use, and how much the data size is allowed to use, and and the texture size, texture format, something like that. So I rebuilt the models 5 or 6 times. So it's really hard. Yep. And here is some sample. Whoa. Yep. Right. It's a demo. Oops. It says AR scene. The big poster hanging on the wall. And if you touch the screen, the animation starts immediately. And there's rock pool and the coral descending into the bottom. Okay. So what's the next? Oh, this is colAR.
colAR.
colAR. Okay, colAR. Firstly, I made it 2 3D models for Adrian project. I think it's not exactly a colAR project. Yeah, but
No, it didn't have a title then.
but yes, here is some. Yeah, so like this animation is QE bird animation. I tried to fit as much as possible the background image. And here I got from Adrian. This is yes, how to use. So 3D models also pops up, but yeah, there's some part of the transparent problem. It's some models can't see well, but it actually exists. It's just yes, the rendering orders is not accurate. So, but I think kids enjoyed this project. It's okay. So something like that. Oh, and other things. Okay. And oh, okay. So other things is I do some small things. For example, this picture for that Yorik's project, I made some 3D models for I think mobile AR. And this one is for I was offered by Alex, and I made it infrared room models, including beds and computers and apparatus, something like that, and audiology project, and made a room and headphone and headset. So, and also other small things I did, but it's almost done. So thank you very much. Yeah. Is there any question?
How long did it take to render that fly through the buildings?
That's not take so much because I use a simple lighting. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think a total was 5 hours or something. Yeah. This depends on yes, the computer's processor speed or something. Yeah.
The coral display in Australia. What's the 3D model that you made? Is that the fish?
Fish and yes, coral box. It's a background. Just a second. Okay. I think some. No. Rekindling Venus. Oh no, at this moment no, I didn't have it. Yes, it's yes, I made it some. Where is coral? Yes, so for example, yes, I made this coral models and the background. The animation, it's included animation.
You mean the wave?
Wave is
as well?
yeah, that's but just that's a texture, and there's 2 plate textures and it's moving like this. It's not a moving texture, just plate is moving.
It really looks like a
Yeah, but actually it was really hard because firstly we can't use an transparent effect. So I think yes, Jacob, he was a programmer. He contacted with this developer, and yes, maybe he got some resolution. I'm not sure how he did. Yeah, but yes, he did well, I think. Yeah.
It was a box, so the idea was that you start with a poster and it falls into a box.
Mhm.
So you shouldn't have to make the box and make it shaped like a coral. And then the other piece of coral, like the green one there, set on top of it as well. And that was animated down there, plus the water planes and the fish as well. So it's quite a lot of work to make it all. The effect was supposed to be looking at the posters and get the feeling that your poster was falling away and you can see now the real water and the real coral.
Is it permanent display?
You can get it from if you go to the Apple, to Genio and download Genio for your iPhone or Android browser, then you can access this. So
You have to print out the display.
yeah, there's a website. You go to the Rekindling website, biggest
Mhm.
website, and you can put poster it. But I have postcards here that works as well.
Ah,
And
okay.
then you just go to you download Genio for your browser, then you type in Rekindling Venus
Yeah.
into the Genio,
I
and you
think,
can get it. So it's, as long as the software's on the server, it's on permanent display. Yeah. But we're doing another version now, which is going to be a standalone version, not going through.
For the same same company.
Yeah, the same artist.
Oh,
We're just starting to talk with them. She's hoping to have it for December this year, I think. Yeah, this is the website here.
There is a
And you
so,
go here in this picture and stuff, and then you can.
oh man, really,
You can download. I think there's also a Flash page here as well.
really,
Yeah, so it's doing now. So it's loading the Flash page.
yeah, but I think it doesn't work. It's
No, it's almost there. You have to wait till it loads. But then if you print out the marker, then you can
Oh,
see
yeah.
on your browser you can see the coral. But our one is yeah. So you won't see anything because you have to print out the the marker. Anyway,
so yes, you can access
so you
this.
can still see that if you get Genio on your iPhone or your phone, you can have it anytime.
So,
Students away. Students not here. Who's gonna make the next version?
Oh, I didn't know.
but it's yeah, the model is quite simple. I think it's under the 300 polygons, everything including. So yeah.
It was very challenging though because it only could take two model formats, and one format would support animation but not transparent textures. The other format would support transparent textures and not animation, and you couldn't use them both together. So it was kind of a disaster trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So
It took a long time.
but it's been already set up the procedure. So yeah.
Shin did a great job, and the artist was very, very happy when she finished. It was very successful and it showed in February.
What will you do now when you leave?
Yeah. Firstly, I have to finish the virtual campus project, and yes, maybe a few months more. And then I'm thinking I'm going to Australia, and yes, get into some school for computer graphics school to learn the Maya, because yes, many film industry using Maya for the main programs, mirroring software, so it might be good for get jobs. So yeah, maybe this year's end of this year or next year, early next year, I'm going to Australia or somewhere. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.